The Western Conference Semifinals Game 1. The Mavericks earned their bid into round 2 after a hard-fought 6-game series. Now, the stakes are greater, the challenge that much tougher as they prepare to do battle against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The opening game of the conference semifinals, up next.
Two survivors in the West meeting here in the conference semifinals, Game 1. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He is joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. And for Dallas, we've got Derek Lively. Miles Turner out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Doncic, and it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot. Now here's Randle. McDaniels passes to Conley. Launches it. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Now the Mavericks with it, and it's been pretty smooth sailing for them in the playoffs so far. They've only dropped 2 games.
And they're a team that doesn't get rattled, even with all the pressure that comes with postseason basketball. It's a testament to the leadership in that locker room.
Conley against Doncic.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for Dallas. Luka Doncic. 2 shooters.
The first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Conley with it. Over Doncic. Conley's shot is off. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Yes, Kevin, I caught up with Jason Kidd just a few minutes ago. I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. The coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thank you, David. 4 on the shot clock. Goes up the baseline. It's rebounded by Dallas. Against Edwards. Edwards with the block.
Well, I love whenever Edwards is this engaged defensively. Excellent job coming up with the block.
And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Well, they didn't make it this far by giving up easy ones. And now their defense is in overdrive.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And the dunk by Doncic.
And sometimes defenses sleep on. His ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
McDaniels kicks to Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
Minnesota shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. He misses the free throw.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle. High-pressure moments.
Outside turnover, down low. Here's Lively. Gobert with the block. Right side, Edwards. The shot's good.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact, but staying committed to his finish.
over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. To the inside. And finished off by Lively.
Great vision in delivering the pass out in front.
Outside Edwards. Fires the three. Stolen by Lively. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Here's Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
That's on Jaden McDaniel.
What determination. From Doncic, pushing his shot through despite some stiff defense to draw the foul.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Fifth best, Anthony Edwards.
And he's taken off on a tremendous scoring streak at the perfect time. I mean, obviously, he's established himself as a premier playoff performer.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Turner passes to Thompson. Wants to get it to Lively and does.
Well, one of the premier defenders in this league. Gobert is so good at using his enormous wingspan to shut you down.
Tipped away.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Sinks the triple. Doncic has got 11 points.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Edwards. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Derek Lively did not like that.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And great camera. Work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 13-5 run here. Doncic against McDaniel. Doncic kicks to Thompson. No good from outside.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Randle outside for the three. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And that block was something. It's the playoffs, and every possession and defensive stop matters.
Mavericks leading by 6. They set the screen. Doncic with it. Picked up by Edwards. Here's Grimes. Scoreless thus far. Just 5 on the clock. Doncic. Gobert pulls it in.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
And, you know, one thing you have to admire about Randle is his hunger to get better. He is a real leader who leads by example.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Turner with a screen on McDaniel. Doncic finds Thompson. Doncic looking it over. Shoots over McDaniel. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Timberwolves trail by 4. The three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Look, when McDaniels can hit the three, that really helps their spacing.
There's the pick. Pass to Grimes. This one for three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now McDaniels. Outside Conley. Gobert dishes to McDaniels. Pass to Randall. Here's Gobert. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Out to Thompson. Turner with it to end the cold streak. No good that time. Gobert with the defensive effort. Over in the corner, Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And by no means does Edwards take a lot of corner threes, but he will knock them down from there.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And it's the Mavericks with the ball, trailing by 2. Here's Grimes. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Timberwolves.
McDaniels against Lively. Mr. Gobert. Back to McDaniel. Off target from 3-point range. The Mavericks shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
The ball movement on this run Been able to get these good looks.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Minnesota making a switch. DiVincenzo's checked in.
A defensive ace. Jaden McDaniels gets the toughest perimeter assignment every night, using his length, athleticism, and effort to frustrate opponents.
Yep, it counts.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Timberwolves on offense. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Here's Gobert, and finished off by Gobert.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length, just hammering it down.
Doncic against McDaniel. Here's Grimes. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Grimes has got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take it.
Conley with it. He's picked up by Doncic. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Dallas has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Here's Grimes. He has 7. Another 3 for Dallas.
His strong shooting. Has really helped them. This lead.
Doncic against Conley. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Back to McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Stolen by Thompson. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. And it's denied. Here's Grimes. Another 3 for Dallas.
And certain guys dig. The pace of the game. Doncic as much as anyone.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Minnesota. 6-point game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Mike Conley. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Give you a look at the players who have stood out at taking high percentage shots in the playoffs. And you look at Lively. So solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league.
And guys, that shooting percentage of his has been spectacular since the start of the playoffs. He has been completely locked in.
Reid kicks to Clark. Back to Reid. It's deflected. And so the ball's out of bounds. Reid touched it last. Mavericks leading by 6. Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it. And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 11. Good on the triple. And now it's a 9-point Maverick part of every team's game. And we'll look at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
And so here is Dallas. Puts up a deep three. Over to the left wing. Picked his pocket. And it's Randall, top of the key. And it's sent back by Turner.
An elite rim protector and shot blocker. Turner excels at rising up and denying those shots.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
From deep three-point land, from beyond the arc, and then some. And the Mavericks. Lead by 12.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D will shells her.
Here's Randall to end the run. And another shot. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Turner's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Doncic way outside. Reed with the rebound.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Randall. And a pick.
Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals. The Timberwolves have their backs against the wall, down 3-0. Can the dream of defying history by doing what no team has done before drive them to victory? It's a must-win Game 4 against the Mavericks. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue, coming right up.
And what a game we have here tonight. A potential sweep of this series. It's Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson, plus our reporter, Allie LaForce. Looking at the starting five for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Derek Lively. Klay Thompson is out there with Miles Turner. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Grimes in at the 2. And for the Timberwolves, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Outside Edwards. Jacks up a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't... want to concede that three-point shot, boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Pass to Grimes. And here's Lively. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Edwards. Banked it in off the glass. Edwards has got his second basket of the night.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Allie, what do you have to say?
We talked about this matchup here tonight, specifically what his team wants to do against Miles Turner. Coach told me we need to push him up. The paint whenever we can and make him a jump shooter and live with those results. If we could do that, I think we'll be in great shape. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's Edwards. There's the triple. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
They immediately... found their offensive rhythm, hitting 3 straight shots to start the game.
Doncic with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Pass to Thompson.
Well, taking the initiative right there, Klay Thompson makes it very difficult to challenge without fouling.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw is good from Thompson. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. And here's Edwards outside. Sinks it from distance. Edwards gets... 11 points.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Here's Doncic. Wide open. Count that one.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Now here's Edwards. Defense right on him. Pulls it. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Every aspect of Anthony. Edwards' game is on display. This guy has been cooking from the outset.
Doncic passes to Lively. Here's Grimes. Doncic outside. Soft touch off the glass. Doncic. Has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to review the game plan.